Hello friends, today we will start with this MVC. MVC means Model View Controller, and the important part of this MVC is why this MVC comes into the picture. What was the problem with the earlier solutions which were provided in the form of the servlets and the JSP. Now if we talk about the servlet, it was the very first Java technology to generate the dynamic content to the client. Dynamic content means the content which were requested by the user, or the content which are designed at the runtime or which are generated at the runtime as per the requirement of the user. Now whenever the browser requests for the some page, the request is forwarded to the servlet, and those servlet runs within the server, like the Tomcat server, Apache Tomcat server, or WebLogic, or any of the server. The servlet runs within the container which is provided by the server, and if required, this servlet can also communicate to the database to get the persistent data as per the requirement of the user. But what was the problem with this servlet? The problem was with the servlet was, if you can see here, I have designed one class hello world. Since this class is extending the HTTP servlet, so this class hello world is now a servlet. So our servlet class can either extend with the HTTP servlet or the generic servlet. So whenever the request is forwarded to this servlet, now this is the responsibility of the servlet to generate the HTML content or to generate the page to the web browser. So the responsibility of this servlet is to perform all the domain logic, or all the logic to solve the domain problems. If required, it can also communicate with the database, and also it has to generate the HTML contents to the client. As you can see here, all the code has meshed up. Meshed up means this here we are having the Java code plus the HTML code. So if this page is to be edited by any of the developer, so developer will edit the Java part of this code, and also should take care that this code this HTML code should not get altered. Or if we hand over this code to some designer, so designer have to concentrate on this HTML part of the code and should take care that this part of the code means this Java code should not alter. So this was a great problem, because many developers or designers have to work on the same file, and they have to select the codes of their choice. Of their choice means a Java developer will only handle this Java code, and the HTML developer or the web designer can only edit or alter or create this HTML part of the code. As a replacement of the servlet, or to make the servlet technology more simple, the JSP was introduced. The alteration which was made in the JSP is, in the servlet we were embedding the HTML code within the Java code, which was somewhat tedious task. Now in JSP, the changes made was, now we have to write the HTML code, and within the HTML code the Java code is embedded. So in the servlet, in the Java code, HTML code is embedded, and in the JSP, within the HTML code the Java code is now embedded, as we can see here. Now this is our JSP page. Now in the JSP page, we simply create one HTML file, and within the HTML file we can embed any type of the Java code within this snippets. Now the same problem was also encountered by the JSP, because the both type of technologies are meshing up, like your Java technology and your HTML. Now here you can also see your Java code and your Java code and your HTML code. Now if this JSP page wants to communicate with the database, now we have to write within the HTML page this whole sequence of connecting to the database, querying the database. Then this is the HTML part, and these are the JSP tag libraries which we have used here. Now the HTML code is again meshing up with the Java code. Now to solve this problem, we need a clear separation between your business logic and your HTML. Now here where the MVC comes in. See, these are the some problems which we were facing while designing the servlets and the JSP. Now I have to handle all the things. Either it will be HTML or Java, or it is CSS, or it is Java query, or it is jQuery, all in one single page, means HTML and Java. Now it is very difficult to write the code because your code contains both the Java and the HTML code. Edit the code because it is containing both HTML and Java, and to maintain the code because it contains both the HTML and Java. We need the clear separation between this HTML and this Java code. Now what was the solution? The solution comes with the help of this MVC. What is this MVC? Model, view and controller. Now what was the main problem? We want to separate the code HTML and the Java code. Now how this is done in the MVC, or how this problem was solved with the MVC. Now if we are developing any dynamic web application, there are the three main parts of in any dynamic web application. First is the generation of the contents to the client with the help of CSS, that is cascading style sheets, and the HTML, because we want to display the data to the user in a user friendly manner. And secondly, logic to solve the domain problems. We have to perform many of the logics with the data for some calculation task or anything, like I want to display the salary to the employee, so I have to calculate with the HR, with the basic and all that. So these type of the problems are known as the domain problems. So we have to write the logic for the domain problems, and we also retrieve the data from some persistent storage, because the above 90% of the dynamic web applications are the data driven applications. Data driven applications means we have to save some data in the persistent storage like a database, and whenever required, so we retrieve the data from the database and perform some logic on that data, and that logic is to be embedded in the HTML or CSS so that data can be formatted in a user friendly interface, and that data can be forwarded to the client. So there are three main things: HTML, logic, your business logic, and your data. Now what MVC does is, M means model, V means view, and the C means controller. So there are the three main parts in this MVC. Now what is the model? Model means the data which is to be displayed at the client, the data which is to be displayed in the client or in the web browser. What is a view? View is your web page which is written in the HTML. It will contains only HTML or the JSP tag libraries. And what is the controller? Controller contains all the Java code or all the logic to solve the domain problems. So controller contains all the logic or the Java code to solve the domain problems. This logic is also containing the code for retrieving the data from the database, and when this controller is done, it is having the model. Model means data which is to be sent to the client. Now this controller prepares the model and handles this model to the view. View means the page which is written in the HTML. So here we have make a separation between our Java code and the HTML code. Now here, as we can see, when the user requests for a web page, that request is forwarded to the controller. What controller does? It prepares the model. Model means the data which is to be displayed at the client side or at the browser. So it first prepares the model, performs the logic to solve the domain problems with the help of methods like calculate salary, get annual salary, and all that. And this controller also selects the view, which view is a desired view to display this data. And while selecting the view, it also hand over the model to the view. So the request come to the controller, controller prepares the model. It can also take the help of the database, or it can also query the database to get the desired data and then perform the logic on the desired data, select the view and hand over the model or the data to the view. Now view now only contains the HTML and the JSP tag, because all the responsibility has been taken by the controller. Now this view is sent to the browser. So there is a separation between the HTML and your Java code. Now this view is free from any of the Java code, and because all of the logic to solve the domain problems is to be put there in the controller. Now as we can see, these our views are become thin. Thin means the responsibility of the view is only to generate the contents in the form of the HTML, but this controller has thickened. Thicken means because there are the lots of the responsibilities which are taken by the controller to query the database, to perform the logic, and to prepare the model. Now this controller can be further divided into its parts, like the service part and the DO part, if we are using Spring framework. But now in this class we are only discussing about the MVC. What do you mean by the MVC? So this is the complete model, or this is the complete scenario of the MVC, in which we are having a M model, V for view, and the controller. We are having model, view and controller. Now as we in the next slide or in the next tutorial, we have to start with the Spring MVC. Now I want to show you one more slide. What is the showing that what is the benefit of using the Spring MVC? As we have discussed, this controller has thickens a lot because there are a lot of responsibilities on the controller. What there is done in the Spring MVC is this controller is further divided into two layers. Like we are here using the layered architecture. Whenever the request reaches the controller, all the logic to solve the domain problems and is there in the controller. Now controller needs many services like the transaction services, email services, or any of the services. All those services will be run in this service layer. So if any of the services are required by the controller, so he can take the services. This controller can take the can get the services from this service layer. Or if some database connectivity services are required by the controller, like CRUD responsibility, create, read, update or delete, these all operations will be performed by this DO layer. So whenever any of the CRUD services are required by the controller, so this controller will take the help of the DO layer. So this is the layered architecture, and the major benefit of this type of scenario is, or this type of the layered architecture is, that all these three layers like the controller, service layer and DO layer runs within the IOC container which is provided by the Spring framework. So these controller, service layer and DO layer are loosely coupled, and since they all three runs in a single container, they can communicate with each other easily. So in the second part we will talk about the MVC model which is provided by the Spring framework. Okay, bye for now, good day.